Alright guys, so in this tutorial I'm going to cover how to set goals. I know it sounds like a really boring subject, but it really is kind of important because it helps us get what we want. So I've got a few pictures here for us. I've got a Ducati motorcycle. I think it's a Ducati. Anyway, really nice motorcycle. Alright. And then I've also got a picture of Harvard. Maybe you want to go to Harvard, right? How are you going to do that without setting it on paper and mapping it out? And then going to Hawaii. Beautiful place. Great place to see. Alright. So goals get us what we want. That's what a goal's all about, all right? And it can be anything. It can be, as simple as running 5 miles every day, or as complex as trying to get to the moon, all right? But it makes the impossible possible for us. And the way I'm gonna cover setting goals is through time-based and SMART, but the other way around. Sorry, SMART and time-based. All right, so let's start with SMART. And what SMART stands for is being specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Okay? And I've got a document that already has those things written out for us, and we're going to cover how to get a motorcycle. Okay? And so, what kind of motorcycle do we want to get, right? We need to know the name, how much it's going to cost, where we want to buy it. It might even be a good idea to find a store that has it so we can go look at it and maybe even take a picture of it. All right, so the bike I picked out was a Ducati, right? And it costs $11,000. Sorry, $11,495. And so we'll put that in the specifics, right? All right, so how are we going to make that measurable? This is where time base comes in, okay? And the idea of time base is that you just kind of throw things into categories, right? And it's not always a bad idea to just have a 5-year goal and then break it down into 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, and 1 week, right? But in this one, we only need to go for 1 year. So I've got it measured out for 1 year, and we'll take that and we'll put it into our measurable, right? So now I know that I need to have $11,495 in 1 year, okay? And then you can break that down by, 6 months, 1 month, and 1 week right there. So the ending result is $293.48 in 1 week, okay? But let's say that you're still in high school or you're going through college, but you really still want a bike, right? You're probably not going to be making that kind of money in a week. So we go down to attainable and we ask ourselves, is this attainable? And we go, no, probably not, because we're not going to make that kind of money in a week. So what we can do is we just change it real easy like this. So I can probably get that in 2 years. And now we have 1 year here. Okay. And now this is 6 months. And this is 1 month. I think I just erased a 1 and put it back. Sorry. Alright. Month. Okay. So now we have 1 month there. And now we can divide this by 4 and see how much that is for a week. Where's my calculator? Here we are. Clear. So we take $239.48 and divide it by 4. So now every week we only need to be saving $59 and what cents was that? And 87 cents. Now that's a lot more attainable, right? And so now every time we get a paycheck, we just put aside that money. And in 2 years, we'll have a Ducati, right? Now, is that realistic? Of course it is. I mean, unless we were trying to fly to the moon, where we're at now. I mean, it's not really realistic for us at this time. So that's why there's those two questions there. It's just to help you balance out and say, can I really get this? And as long as you make the measurable right and you have the right steps, of course you can get to where you need to be. That's all those things are there for. Not to tell you can't do what you want, but just to make it possible and putting it into the steps that make it possible. All right. So the important thing about timely is that you put a date down, okay? And so for me today, it is August 14th, okay? So I'm just going to be simple and say, okay, so in August 14th, 2012, I will have my Ducati. Oops. Alright, cool. and you can even put like an exclamation point. So now we have our goal, right? So that's what this is all about, okay? One other thing I wanted to cover, I'll just pull up my slide because I made it, and I think that's cool. All right, is to kind of the ending note also is to make sure you go see a counselor about school. I know that's really off topic from the motorcycle. I just wanted to give you guys something exciting and help you realize that it's not just about school. It can be about anything, but as far as school goes, going and seeing a counselor and getting all the facts that you need about where you want to go and what you want to be, that's important, okay? And if your high school counselor doesn't do it for you, go and call a college counselor, okay? You can call any college and ask for a counselor to talk to, and they'll have one for you, and they can map out what you need. So don't be afraid to do that. I think that's important. Okay, and so I'll just conclude by saying that goals are what help you get what you want. If you really do want something, make sure you put it down on paper. Otherwise, it's never going to happen. And thanks for listening, guys. All right, bye.